So here we go again. Just so you know, I'll give you guys a little history. What used to be point karate, sport karate, today's the modern day version of it, used to be very dangerous. You had guys that used to train in traditional martial arts styles, and they started to compete with each other as far back as 1947. I believe that was the first USK Grand Nationals event. Not sure if it was called the Grand National back then, but that was literally Robert Trias. And then back to the 60s, 1966, there's already a video of Chuck Norris doing the Blitz, California Blitz. And then throughout the years, in 79, I saw the first Blitz here in New York by, rest in peace, Sensei Ron Henderson, or teacher as they called him. And then I learned how to Blitz from Billy Blanks back in 1982. And I learned how to dive bomb Nasty Anderson year after that. And then by 85, I started training with Joe Lewis, learning how to fake and reposition, do some footwork. I had created a thing called New York's Finest Karate Academy. It was me, not Jonas. I put him down, just so you guys know. And we got a blue uniform. Again, that was me. And then since people were confused, I changed it to New York's first sport karate training center in 1988. Knowing that people were going to copy. Then I finally changed it in 1991 to Fontanez Karate, and then eventually Fontanez Martial Arts. A little background history about me personally. But Sniper is someone who's a sharpshooter, precise, on point. The fast twitching muscles that you learn when doing point, and no style of fighting is it quicker. And trust me, I've trained, or I should say I train in what would be some of the most dangerous style, I believe, or one of the most dangerous styles, Filipino with blade. And it's a different concept, but it's similar to what I've been doing throughout the years. I always thought that a person that was attacking me had a knife. Being a Puerto Rican from the Bronx, born in Manhattan, raised in the Bronx, I had to make sure I was out of the line of fire. Forgot I had them on. Anyway, so the deal was in this that when someone fakes you in reposition, it's kind of hard to block a fake. And in most styles, they don't have that. So recently, I started posting videos of me getting back in shape. I'm about 65% in shape. Still weighing too much, about 229. But as I increase my fitness level, my flexibility and speed will get even better. But even with what I have right now is faster than the average 59-year-old by month. But the point is that I had to set up an event to go compete in for me to personally train. I am not intimidated by anybody. I don't give a damn what freaking style you train in. Because in the street, there's no rules. And I'm not afraid and never been afraid of anybody. That being the case, I'm a little maybe overconfident when it comes to street situations. Because I know it doesn't last that damn long. And I know the fingers to the eyes, knees to the groin, elbows to the face are really the most progressive ways to get from point A to point B. And again, the intimidation factor or the choke factor is non-existent when you're not afraid of freaking people. Because if someone kill me, I'll haunt them. My point is that when you're doing any form of martial arts, there's benefits to it. Any form of martial arts. Not one style, but all styles. And it always depends on the individual's application of what they learn. However, my point is still this. I love to compete. Oh my God. And it's competing against myself. Now, I love when people who don't know about specific things act as if they were authorities to it or at it. Fat people tell you about freaking fitness and broke people tell you about money, and people who never had the damn split try to tell you about the split. At least in my life, that's been the case in the past. However, I digress. My point is this. Guys, you can always get better. You can always get better. Find something that'll get you excited to start training again. In my case, it's the tournament. April 5th, this Saturday, I'll be in New Jersey competing. I won that championship belt. I won it twice before, and let's see what happens. I've been training about just shy of a month. And I haven't mentioned it, but in 3 days is my mother's 1-year anniversary of passing away, which completely broke my heart. It got me all messed up because she passed away right there on the floor. No excuses. Everybody's gone through all these different things. My point still is this. You can get better. Find out what your motivation is to make that happen. However, be smart about things. When I spar, 90% of the time is about 80% of the effort. Why? You increase what would be the quality of your technique without the wear and tear and injury potential. So be smart when training. Now, I don't know where I learned this from, but at age 16, when I started teaching, I was already doing slow motion sparring. Because I realized that you don't have to worry about what would be the injury rate or what would be the fear factor, but you can work on your techniques. If you make a mistake slow, chances are when you go medium and fast, you're going to make the same mistake. Now, I took martial arts competition as not just a vocation, but a financial thing. My friends were stick-up kids. They robbed banks in the early 80s, from the Boogie Down Bronx. That was my neighborhood. But I was a father at age 17, 1983. So at 16, I messed up my career because I was supposed to be a bank robber too. I know it sounds crazy, but you're young and dumb and you live in the Bronx after Spanish Harlem, and that was my goal. My point is this. I took the tournament like a stick-up kid, and I went and made $100, $200, $300, sometimes $500 at one tournament without having to go to jail or doing something illegal. So I used it as my vocation to earn some income because I only worked for $3.35 an hour when I was at Central over there in Jamaica, Queens, on Parsons Boulevard, with Fat Cat and Righteous and Supreme Team, next to the Beasley Projects, and it was taking me an hour and a half to get there. My point is this: when you literally put yourself in a position as if you was young mentally, and you think about when you was a kid, what was it that you want to be? I wanted to be Spider-Man, combined with Bruce Lee and the Hulk. So I made my version of it. Bruce Lee was a cha-cha dancer. I think he was the first hip-hopper before hip-hop, because we all copied Bruce Lee. And so I'm a version of Bruce Lee, at least I believe. That's why I'm no stop, so I'm all style, like Bruce said, right? The concept of daily decrease and like daily increase. But I'm also being a person who's read a lot. And I just rewrote a book of 5 rings, baby. A book of 5 rings. I did a version from 7 to 10, a teen version, and an adult version, shorter. So like that, you got to get the 5 concepts of what would be the book of 5 rings. The most important one, to me, is the book of what? The book of nothingness. Oh my God, how do you get something for nothing? Well, we are extraterrestrial or celestial beings, right? Energy. So I guess we're nothing to something, or everything to something. I digress. I'm bugging out. I'm excited, damn it. Guys, so check this out. Check this out. Sniper, to me, is sharp, precise, and on point. If you're able to hit a person from such a mass with one squeeze of whatever it is, a rock or what have you, then you're dangerous. That's what these fighters were in the past, up until 1986. I can show you videos. Man, these people, especially the Texans, holy smoke. Yes, New Yorkers fought too, but they didn't freaking move around. They didn't have the lateral movements as fake weak positions. If you still there with them, they'll sweep you and stomp you, and they'll beat you if you fought under those rules. But the Texans were kicking you to the groin, kicking you, punching you 3 times to get 1 point. You look at guys like Ray McCallum, who, please let's put him in our prayers. He is literally in hospice right now, so we might be losing him. Anyhow, my point is that, to me, martial arts is an international body of people of similar minds. That means a family or culture. Let's call it a culture. And the culture of point karate never really increased. Your guys did that and learned how to do a reverse punch, a back fist, maybe a roundhouse kick, and then you got into kickboxing, a full contact as they called it initially. But then you never learned how to really box, and you really learned how to kick. So it's kind of hard for it to really progress as a sport, even though in some areas it did with the guys like, Superfoot with Wallace and Jeff Smith, but those guys came from point first, and then they moved their way up to what was full contact and then kickboxing, along with Rick the Jet Rufus. The point is still that all forms of fighting is good, but in the street there's no damn rules. There are no rules in the street. So when I went to karate tournaments, even though they were there were guys that were bullies and trying to intimidate me, I wasn't afraid of them because I'm from 119 between 2nd and 3rd. My cousin was the Rhythm Kings of Harlem, and my grandmother ran that damn block with the 300 members of her social club. So I couldn't be intimidated by people. As a matter of fact, I thought they were corny. I love karate. Karate goes from cool to corny in 2 seconds when they start doing things that I do not particularly like. That's why I've always been an honest person. I'm not into those things. I don't go to those circles because I respect people, they're in the circles, but I'm not involved with a lot of things they do, so I don't do it. I go to tournaments to have fun. So that's why I always went there. I went there enjoying myself, and people were all uptight and pissed off. Who gives a goddamn about a tournament? I never did. I just went because I needed the money. And then now I go because I need someone to play with. Except that I don't even know how to play. It's like playing basketball and there's no hoop. There's no hoop. And people think they're scoring with no damn hoop. But more importantly, at age 59, I've lost so far 13 pounds. So I'm down to 228. I went as high as 242. And check this out. I hurt my damn knee getting up from the sofa. I'll give you some intel. My fiance caught a seizure, the third one of that day. She had her legs across my thigh, my legs, so I made sure she was stable. I had the computer, and I was working on actually a book. My legs fell asleep, and I went to get up using some momentum on the wrong angle, and I heard snap, crackle, and pop. So did she. Finally had a good chance to go to the bathroom. And I couldn't believe it. I'm saying, what the hell is this crap? I didn't get kicked to my knee, and I hurt my knee. Some people say, well, we're getting older. And I'm like, thank you, Captain Obvious, but that's not what it's about. If you're fat or out of shape or a combination of both, I don't care who you are, you will hurt yourself. So age to me is speed, it's flexibility, meaning options, it's enthusiasm, it's passion. And those things keep you going. So when I hurt my knee, then I caught a cold. Then I caught another cold. So for the first month, I had 2 weeks of being sick with a cold and 4 weeks, almost a whole month of my knee being hurt. And I said, oh my God, what the hell is going on over here? I'm not taking care of myself properly. So I said, oh, let me set a goal to go to a tournament. I did this back in March. Actually, I even announced it. It was on the live like this. And now I've been training towards that. So yesterday, for the first time, as exciting as it is, it's gonna sound stupid, guys. It's gonna sound stupid. I faked, went in, did some techniques, and I went to flank, meaning on an angle, or Tai Sabake, some people will call it. And literally, my shoulders got squared for a second, and my student hits me with a side kick and knocked me down. I got so excited because I made a mistake, and this was what sparring is about. On the controlled basis, meaning a workout, if you make a mistake and someone hits you, that means that they showed a weakness in your defense. And I got so excited, he got scared. I got excited, he got scared. I got excited. Why? It was a perfect technique, and it shows me next time what not to do. Thank God it's on video. My point is that it's supposed to be based on Kaizen, constant never-ending improvement, which is the mindset of what would be the Japanese or warriors. And again, the Book of Five Rings, some of you guys never read it. I did 3 versions of it. I did a 30-page one, a 60-page one, and a 130-page one, just for those people who want to revisit that. Same 5 concepts: earth, wind, fire, water, and void. That might be the wrong sequence, but they are the 5 elements. And void is the one that's important because that means filling in your cup and whatever goes to that cup, or emptiness, or being one with the state of Mushin, meaning be at the moment at that time. And that's what happens. Well, my student who knocked me down, he's been training with me on and off since 2016. I never really called him my student, but let's say he is, because he will get his sniper fighting certificate sooner than later. And yes, that is the sniper fighter instructor's patch right there. And it says, you man, Unified Martial Arts Network, because we need you, man. We need you, man. Honor and respect. And it says pioneers and legends. How long does it take to be a pioneer? About 5 years. A legend, maybe 10 years of what? Consistent winning and whatever it is. Even though, based on that criteria, a lot of the legends that we actually gave credit to never even competed for 10 years. Going back to the 60s. So it was a different thing. But in a nutshell. So I really believe that the values and the techniques that I still know how to do it, and some of you guys might know how to do it, they haven't done it in years. Man, it bothers me that people to think that just speed is what makes you better. No, speed is just an element that you develop when you're getting in better shape. But that may not be, well, it definitely not be, it doesn't make up for quality of technique. Sometimes your speed makes you sloppier. So the quality of the technique is more important. So if you could do that with the maximum effort or maximum speed, then the end result is that you're better. So like I said, I'm about 65% presently, but my standards are a lot higher than the average person. So at age 59, I know what I have to do, and I believe I have the energy, I should say, the self-discipline to do it. And my excuse, which is not a good one, was that my mother passed away in the last year, and I've been depressed because it happened right here in the house. And April 4th is going to be the official 1 year mark. So that took a lot out of me. I thank you guys who donated and supported, but it's time to get back into the mix. So that's why I wanted to share this information. And what am I sharing? You can still get better, just so you know. And if you need to learn how to play, we're going to have the Sniper Fighter. We're going to start a team called the Sniper Fighter Clan. We're going to start a clan nationwide. These are people from back in the days who still have quality techniques so they can teach their students and so on and so forth. I haven't done a scissor takedown in years. I haven't done a cartwheel in a long time. I haven't done the 360 spinning hook in a long time. Shuffle action, yeah, I'm doing that. My point is that, guys, let's have some freaking fun. Those of you who want to train, then I have not one but two locations. I have my school in Manhattan, and you see me train there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I got the Fast Food Dojo. Any way you put it, it's still the same quality, and it's still the same damn person. And I'm going to be doing a lot of online stuff too. My point is that the best is yet to come, but it's up to us to do it. And I'm excited. I appreciate those of you who are watching. I apologize. I won't respond to anybody until I finish with this, because otherwise it slows down the flow. But whether it's from Tiger Kim's, which I started, to Sniper, which now has been over 10 years that I actually put that together. The reason I did it was because I did not want to disrespect the young generation, because if they call that point karate or sport karate, and I didn't agree with it, I sound like an old school player. Or player, I should say. So I wanted to, that was because of the movie Star Wars. They had a prequel. So they went back in time, and I said, well, if they're doing sport karate or point karate where the hand is open, hit the shoulder, then we must have done something different. So that's why I didn't want to be disrespectful to the young kids, and I call it sniper fighting because it's similar but different. Now, as a sniper fighter, I can still compete in those open tournaments, but in those open tournaments with the hand open and the glove not, things are different just because they're working on speed. They wouldn't be able to fight the way we did because we wouldn't recognize that as a point. If they would have fall down, we joked around. Exotic right there. We did a whole video in the Fontanez karate show when people were extending the glove and throwing it, and we used to joke around and play, and a lot of those things that we joked around that weren't points are points today. And again, no disrespect to the young kids. That's why they have their own stuff. But I want to create a whole other circuit that will be tiny initially, and it'll pick up pace, and it has 3 different types of sniper fighting. It's called stop, that's point. It's called non-stop, that means continue. Then continuous. And then eventually it will be all out. And what's all out? All out is MMA, but it's going to take a while for at least stop and non-stop. Yeah, that's a famous one. I wish I could get that back. But the point still is that I know and I believe that today's fighters have the greatest potential, but what they do not have is the proper guidance. And the reason I say that is because it's kind of hard for them to respect the elders unless we whip their butt. And that's sad, but it's the truth. So what I'm saying is that now, put it like this. 3 people that I trained with, that I will be training with and have trained with. Steve the Rock Katz, or Guru himself. Mighty Joe, legendary multiple world champion, master, and no joke, whether it's BJJ or always in shape. These are my 3 so-called trainers. Wait a second. Training partners. Weren't those your students? Yeah, but sometimes the student becomes the teacher in certain areas. And I'm willing to just get better, improve. So I feel blessed. I'm so excited. The progress rate is starting to come back. The fast switching muscles are starting to wake up. And my man Mickey right there is watching. Mickey was the reason why I even started teaching martial arts in 1982, right down here in 161st Park Avenue at the Sharon Baptist Head Start. So props to you. I got Mickey from Texas there. I got Gary Lee, my brother, and I got Exotic Jean-Claude Lewiston. No joke, phenomenal traditional martial artist and Fontanez karate freaking blueprint, I should say, encyclopedia holder. And hey, we're still alive, guys. So if we're still alive, might as well leverage the opportunity to share some positive energy. If this offended anybody, that wasn't my intentions. All I'm saying is that I know that we can get better. I know one thing. My certain parts of martial arts have really improved. In other parts, I can't do it. I'm a fat bastard. Excuse my language. I'm a little skinny sumo, the little belly. I'm still 228. And when I was 242, it was horrible. Like I said, I get into myself. Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to share that just so you know, you have an opportunity to get better because you're still alive. Make no excuses. Use what it takes to motivate you. Personally, I get motivated with competition. And it's not competing against other people, it's really competing against myself. That's why the highlight reels are more important. But April 5th, this Saturday, God willing, I'll be able to win another belt and add to my, what would be, repertoire of highlight reels to show people how sniper fighting 101, 202, and so on and so forth can actually be applied and win consistently. On that note, I can say that my man there, Louis, is in phenomenal shape. So age has nothing to do with being out of shape, because I've been out of shape young and I've been in better shape old, and my goal is to be in the best shape of my life until the day I have to transcend. Maybe I'll do it with 6 packs. No, I got the 8-pack when I do it right. Right now, it's a keg. Some fat feet, but I'm working on my way to getting better. Guys, thank you for watching. I am available for private lessons, seminars, and what have you. And sorry. I wanted to do something, guys. I did a song called Sniper Fighting. And if you could bear with me for 2 minutes, I think you would appreciate it. Because some people don't really realize what the fast switching muscles really do and what we do when done properly. Listen to this.
Defining sniper fighting. Precision in sport karate. Sniper fighting represents a specialized approach within the realm of sport karate, emphasizing precise scoring through strategic targeting. The essence of this discipline lies in the ability of practitioners to accurately strike specific vital points on an opponent's body, thereby accumulating points and securing victory. This precision demands an acute understanding of timing, distance, and the unique dynamics of each individual engagement. By epitomizing accuracy and control, practitioners of sniper fighting distinguish themselves as meticulous tacticians, capable of deftly exploiting opportunities to secure game-changing advantages. To excel in this domain, athletes must develop unparalleled hand-eye coordination in tandem with exceptional reflexes and discipline. Focus a comprehensive comprehension of human anatomy and vulnerability zones is imperative for the scoring and strategic nature of sniper fighting. This knowledge allows participants to discern the most opportune moments to execute techniques, elevating their potential for achieving optimal scoring outcomes. As such, sniper fighters are akin to master chess players, meticulously planning and executing calculated moves to gain the upper hand, leveraging refined motor skills and efficient biomechanics. These athletes manifest an unparalleled capacity to translate precise intentions into decisive actions. The hallmark of sniper fighting lies not merely in the execution of striking maneuvers, but in the artful orchestration of time, accurate engagements. This approach necessitates an astute awareness of spatial dynamics, enabling competitors to position themselves strategically and exploit momentary openings with surgical finesse. Consequently, successful execution hinges on a seamless amalgamation of physical prowess, tactical acumen, and mental fortitude. Overall, sniper fighting epitomizes the convergence of athleticism, intellect, and strategy, shaping champions who embody the epitome of precision in the exhilarating domain of sport karate.
Wow, that's it. Sniper fighting is a whole next level of would-be pugilism, striking. Anyhow, on that note, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Rewind. I did share a lot of quality information, and if you can share it, I appreciate it. AB, see ya. I'm out.